What is up, guys? It is Jack, back up in this bitch with 10 Years Fitness. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. And today's going to be a little bit of a different style of video. As you can see, I'm recording my voice over some of my workout footage, and that is because I believe what's important with this video is to get the overall message across. Now, this is something that's very important, I believe, in terms of the YouTube fitness community and the YouTube community in general. And for those of you who saw the title, you'll see that I'm talking about the case of Freely and Blogilates, while also mentioning the Vegan Gains video takedown, and the case of the other smaller channels that have been quote-unquote attacked by Blogilates, supposedly. Okay, so for the unaware, where this story is pretty much at right now is that there's been a number of vegan YouTubers that have gone against Blogilates and criticised some of the things she's said recently, and they found that as a result of that, the videos where they've been said that kind of stuff have actually been copyright striked and have been taken down. Vegan Gains channel actually showing proof of this video takedown. And the case of Freely is a bit different though. Blogilates has supposedly, according to Freely in her videos and on Twitter, she's supposedly trying to get the whole Freely the Banana Girl channel taken down. She actually wants it taken down in full. She wants really off YouTube full stop, supposedly, which is something that the Blogilates, the girl that runs it, has actually denied on her Twitter, and actually made a little bit of a joke about it, which, if this is actually turned out to be true, is far from a joke, I can assure you. Okay, now I hope a lot of you will agree with me when I say that if these allegations turn out to be true, which the intense corroboration between all these different vegan sources kind of point to actually being the case, you know, when you have so many different channels coming out and saying the same thing, and I'm going to add more to that later. I have something new to reveal on this actually that I've discovered. But when so many channels corroborate and report a similar case, you have to kind of feel that there's something behind it. Like, why would so many different channels come out with this without any reason to do so? Like, why would you want to just randomly go against someone like this? So, and the reason I think this is really quite a shitty thing to do is because obviously you can't go around on YouTube trying to get things taken down and getting people's videos removed just because you don't like some of the things that they said. Now, obviously, if it's just upright bullying, then that is against the terms of service in YouTube, and obviously you have a right to complain then. But if it's someone just criticizing the information you put out there, you obviously can't, you know, have that video taken down, because criticism under fair use, if they use your video under fair use or it's just straight up criticism of the things you've said, that's something that's allowed. That's just free speech. You know, you have to, if you're going to put information out there, you have to be open to critique. That's just common sense. So if these allegations turn out to be true, that's really quite a shitty thing to do. And for someone who is really a huge channel in the fitness industry, I think Blogilates has over 3 million subs at this point. She's a big voice within the fitness community, so this is indicating a real shift of power and, you know, quite a shady side to one of our, you know, biggest representatives of the fitness community, if this actually turns out to be the case. Okay, so on to what I actually have to add to the conversation right now, and the point behind me making this video, to be honest. The first thing I thought when I looked into this situation was, is Blogilates signed to an MCN? Is she signed to a multiple channel network? Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, a multiple channel network is basically an organization that you sign with, that in exchange for some of your YouTube revenue that you earn on your channel, they will quote-unquote manage your channel. Okay, now that's a very vague term, but what that essentially means, and the main reason most big YouTubers sign to MCNs, is because it gives you significant copyright advantages. That is, it essentially puts you above the most of the rules and gives you YouTube's special treatment with regards to other YouTubers. Okay, that means that it allows you to file copyright strikes, you can go through your network and initiate channel takedowns, or apply for them at least, and so I thought I'd check whether Blogilates is actually signed to an MCN. So I looked on her social blade, and I was actually very surprised to find, and this kind of confused me, that she is signed to the Blogilates MCN. And this really confused me, because at first I thought it was social blade fucking up. Like, how can someone have their own MCN? How can they be signed to their own MCN? Does that even make sense? Can you have an MCN on your channel? So I clicked on the link and went to the Blogilates MCN page, and something seemed very fishy to me. There were 3 channels signed to this MCN: Blogilates, Blogilates TV, and some random channel I'd never heard of. Okay, and this random other channel being here is quite significant in my opinion, because it begs the question, is this channel only really here so that the Blogilates MCN actually becomes valid? I mean, think about it. It seems quite unlikely that YouTube would allow an MCN to exist based around only one user's channels. Okay, so with the Blogilates channel then hooked up to an MCN, that enables her to have the copyright advantages I mentioned earlier, and can then initiate channel takedowns like the one that we're seeing on Free the Banana Girl going on here. And with Blogilates being her own MCN manager, that pretty much eliminates all the other benefits of being signed up to an MCN. I mean, the benefits normally consist of you having promotion and things like that, but there's really nothing to gain because she is the manager of her own organisation. So the only real benefit of being signed up to this is that she is a special exemption to a lot of YouTube's rules. So she can essentially abuse the broken system on YouTube here and file these fraudulent copyright strikes as she pleases. Okay, now I'm not saying that this is conclusive proof that Blogilates is trying to fraudulently copyright strike channels, and I'm not saying that this is proof that she's trying to get Free the Banana Girl's channel taken down. What I am saying is that this is pointing to the increasing medley of evidence against her that she is doing this kind of stuff. And if that's the case, then she is abusing YouTube's system, it has to be said. And this is a really shitty thing to do. And it's really sad to see this kind of thing coming over to our side of the community, because this has kind of happened on YouTube for a little while now. There's been multiple cases of this kind of thing happening. You just have to look at I Hate Everything, Pyrocynical's had videos removed, other big YouTubers have been targeted by this kind of thing as well. So, but it's usually the preserve of corporate assholes who are coming out and attacking people with this. You know, people with big, thriving businesses, not just, you know, regular YouTubers like Blogilates. And I know she's doing well for herself and her channel has taken off, but this is really against the spirit of YouTube and YouTubers in general, you know. And it's sad that someone who was a YouTuber is now ascended to such a high point that they feel that they're above everyone else and they can, you know, set up their own MCN and go around stomping on people if that actually is the case here. But anyway, guys, that's just me giving my take on the situation, adding my 2 cents to the conversation. I could well be wrong, I could well have not revealed anything here. Maybe Blogilates doesn't have her own MCN, is Social Blade fucking up? But maybe she does have her MCN and maybe she's still innocent after all this, you know, at the end of the day. But anyway, guys, that's all I have to say on that today. So thanks for watching. I've been Jack with 10 Liters Fitness. I will see you guys in the next one.